All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. You guys know we love Indian cinema, and today we're talking about Pushpa. The Rule.
Pushpa 2.
The Rule.
Oh my god, dude. I just saw it,
Oh, really?
and I am so excited for this deep dive. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're going to have a lot more Indian content coming your way.
Awesome.
I've told you this before. I'm a huge Bollywood fan.
Yeah.
I love South Indian cinema.
Big fan?
And this movie is like the perfect blend of both of those worlds.
Oh, wow. Okay. I am so ready for this.
So, to give you guys a little bit of context,
Okay.
Pushpa 2, The Rule is a sequel.
Okay.
The first one being Pushpa, The Rise.
Okay. Yeah.
And the first one, we see Pushpa's journey, from being a laborer to a sandalwood smuggler.
That's a big jump.
I know, and he's got this, thirst for power. He wants respect. He wants...
I mean, sandalwood's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
That's a valuable commodity in India.
Exactly. It's super valuable.
Yeah.
And smuggling is
It's the whole thing is huge industry there.
wild.
So in Pushpa 2, we see him on top of the world. He is basically untouchable.
Oh, wow.
He's manipulating elections.
Yeah.
He's got chief ministers, in his pocket.
What?
So that kind of tells you, the level that he's at now.
So it just gets bigger and more over the top
Oh, yeah.
than the first one.
Way more over the top.
Yeah.
There's, this one scene
Okay.
where he's literally in a sari, full makeup jewelry,
Yeah.
beating up a bunch of guys.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got to stop you right there.
What?
A Sarah, what?
It's, so unexpected. It's so funny. It's so wild.
It is unexpected.
It's what is happening?
Okay, keep going.
But it's awesome. And then there's this one scene where he's tied up
Yeah.
and he literally takes down dozens of men. He's using his teeth as weapons.
Okay, all right. So we're talking full on
Oh, yeah.
over the top Bollywood action
But
here.
yeah, this is quintessential
Got it.
South Indian action film.
Okay.
And I read this review on YouTube.
Okay.
This girl, she was saying that Pushpa's like this king and his wife, Shravali.
Uh-huh.
She's like his parrot.
Okay.
So if you want to destroy the king, you got to destroy the parrot.
Wow, that's interesting. So there's a real vulnerability there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And speaking of Shravali,
Yeah.
she is back in Pushpa too, and their relationship is so central to the story.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the director does such a good job of balancing the action and the romance and the political drama. It's a long movie, dude.
Okay.
It's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's a commitment.
I know, but the thing is,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that long
Okay.
because there's just so much happening.
Yeah, I was going to say, you seem really into it.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That girl I mentioned on YouTube, she was saying the same thing.
Really?
She's like, when a movie's good, you don't even notice the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so true.
Interesting. Okay, so 3 hours, 20 minutes, but it's worth it.
Totally worth it. I mean, I'm already thinking about watching it again. And, I'm thinking about this new villain this Banwar Singh Shekhawat.
Yeah.
And he reminds me of Shami from Kumbalangi Nights.
Oh, really?
But amped up to 11.
Okay, that's a good comparison. I can see that.
Yeah, super intense.
Mm.
You do not want to mess with this guy.
So the stakes are high in this one.
Oh, the stakes are so high.
Okay.
And the ending, the ending,
What about it?
it's a total cliffhanger.
Oh, no.
They're setting us up for Pushpa 3, the Rampage.
There's going to be another one.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait.
Wow. They're really building a whole universe here.
You know, right? It's they're taking everything that worked in the first one and they're just amplifying it.
I like
It's
it.
bigger, it's bolder, it's...
More.
Yeah, more everything.
Okay, so more action, more drama,
Mm,
more everything.
more everything. More drama, more romance, more action.
You're saying I'm going to need popcorn, extra large soda, the whole works.
Oh, yeah. This is a movie you got to experience on the big screen.
I'm sold.
Okay, good.
So tell me more about this Pushpa guy. What makes him so compelling?
Dude, he's got this line in the movie
Okay.
that I think just sums him up perfectly.
Okay.
He says,
Yeah.
if there is Pushpa, there is business.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's he's a brand.
He is
He's
brave.
more than just a smuggler. He's this force of nature.
That's awesome. And you were saying something about how the movie has some flaws, too.
Oh, yeah. There is this subplot
Okay.
with this female character that,
Yeah.
it kind of felt unnecessary
Uh-oh.
because she was just there to move the story forward.
Yeah.
And the way they portrayed her assault was
Yeah.
it was a bit much.
I see.
It just felt a bit crude and unnecessary.
Okay, so not perfect, but still pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
The guy's taking down dozens of men while tied up using his teeth as weapons. Like, you can't
There's going to be things people talk about.
not be entertained by that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like KGF Chapter 2.
Exactly.
Remember when
Like, wisdom of moments.
that everyone's going to remember and talk about.
You're right. You're right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. There are some flaws.
Oh.
But overall, the movie is just like such a blast.
So Allu Arjun as Pushpa, he lived up to the hype.
Dude, he was phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, he completely embodies the character.
Nice.
You know, he's got the swagger, he's got the ruthlessness.
Yeah.
But he also has these moments of vulnerability
Oh, that's cool.
that just make you, like, connect with him on a deeper level.
And you said Fuzzle is the villain, right?
Yes, he's the antagonist.
What about his performance?
Dude, he was fantastic.
Awesome.
So menacing. So unpredictable.
Nice.
You never know what he's going to do next. It's like,
That's what you want in a villain.
yeah, it's like he's always one step ahead.
Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way he and Allu Arjun play off each other,
Yeah.
it's just electric.
Oh.
Like, their scenes together are some of the most intense in the entire film.
Wow, you're really selling me on
Yeah.
this. Oh, you have to see it. And I can't wait to hear what you think.
I'm definitely adding it to my list.
Good. Good. Because I have a feeling you're going to love it.
I think I will. You're very persuasive.
I just get so excited about these movies.
I can tell.
Especially when they're as good as Pushpa too.
That's great. I love that enthusiasm. Okay, so we've talked about the over-the-top action, the crazy plot twists,
Yes.
the amazing performances.
Yeah.
What else? What else is there that we need to know?
Did you have to see the Gangama Jatara sequence?
You've mentioned that a couple of times.
I know, because it's like the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's like this massive festival scene with music and colors and
Okay.
just this insane energy.
I'm intrigued.
And then Pushpa makes this grand entrance.
Oh, wow.
And it will leave you speechless.
Okay, so it's visually spectacular.
Visually spectacular.
Oh, wait.
Seriously, one of the most stunning scenes I've ever seen in an Indian film.
Wow. That's high praise.
It deserves it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. I'm excited to check it out. So you're telling me that this movie has everything.
It pretty much does.
Action drama, romance, political intrigue,
Uh-huh.
and amazing visuals.
Yep. And don't forget the amazing performances.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot.
And the music, too. It's all there.
But the reviewers said something about the music not being as good as the first one.
Yeah, she did say that.
So is it bad?
No, not bad.
Okay.
Just not as memorable, I guess.
Hmm.
But honestly, I didn't even notice while I was watching it.
Really?
The visuals are so captivating and the story is so engaging
Yeah,
that the music kind of takes a backseat.
I see.
It's like you're so caught up in everything else that's happening
That makes sense.
that you don't really pay attention to the music.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Nope.
I think it was a deliberate choice by the director.
Oh, interesting.
He wanted the focus to be on the story and the characters.
Right.
And the music just kind of complements that.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. So it's not trying to be like a big musical number type thing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's more about like enhancing the overall experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do.
Like setting the mood and creating atmosphere.
Okay, cool. So it's more subtle.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm definitely curious to see how it all comes together.
You should be. It's a wild ride.
I'm ready for it.
Good. Good. I'm glad.
I'm always up for a movie that pushes boundaries.
And Pushpa 2 definitely does that.
Okay, good.
So what do you think?
How do I think?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the overall takeaway? Should people go see this movie?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, if you're a fan of Indian cinema,
Yeah.
you cannot miss this movie.
All right. I'm sold.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I'm adding it to my list right now.
Awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to hear what you think after you see it.
Me too. I'm actually really excited now.
Good. I'm glad I could convince you.
Yeah. You're very persuasive.
It's not hard when you're talking about a movie this good.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, seriously, this is one of the most entertaining movies I've seen in a long time.
Wow. High praise. It deserves it.
Okay.
Trust me.
I do.
You're going to love it.
I think I will. All right, so we've covered the good, the bad, the ugly, the over-the-top, the emotional, the spectacular.
Yep.
Is there anything else we need to discuss before we wrap up this part of our deep dive?
Let me think. You know what? We haven't really talked about the cultural impact of Pushpa.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, this character, he's a criminal,
Right.
but he's also like this folk hero.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
People love him.
So why do you think that is?
I think it's because he represents this kind of rebellious spirit.
Okay.
Like, he's not afraid to challenge authority,
Uh-huh.
and he's always fighting for what he believes in.
Even if it means breaking the law.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think that resonates with a lot of people.
Especially in a country like India where there's so much inequality and corruption.
For sure.
So Pushpa be kind of this symbol of hope
Yeah.
for those who feel like they're being oppressed or marginalized.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like he's giving a voice to the voiceless.
That's powerful.
Yeah. It really is.
And it makes you think about the blurred lines between hero and villain.
Oh, totally.
Like, is Pushpa really a bad guy? Or is he just doing what he has to do to survive?
Right. It's not so black and white.
Exactly. It's more nuanced than that.
And I think that's one of the things that makes the movie so interesting.
Yeah. It's thought-provoking.
It is. It makes you question your own values.
And your own perceptions of right and wrong.
For sure.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
I know, right?
And I think we've just scratched the surface.
We have. We definitely have.
There's so much more to explore.
But I think we'll save that for another time.
Sounds good to me.
So for now, let's just say that Pushpa 2. The Rule is a must-see,
Agreed.
and we highly recommend it.
Definitely.
All right, so we've talked about the plot, the characters, the visuals, the cultural impact.
Everything.
What else is there?
What about the ending?
Oh, yeah, the ending.
You mentioned it was a cliffhanger.
It is a massive cliffhanger.
Yeah. Okay, so what does that mean for Pushpa 3?
Dude, I have no idea. But I am so excited to find out.
Me too.
Like, they've set up so many possibilities,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see where they take the story next.
All right, so you're telling me that after 3 hours and 20 minutes of action, drama, romance,
Uh-huh.
they leave us wanting more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They've done their job.
They definitely have.
Well, I'm intrigued.
Good.
I'm ready to dive into the world of Pushpa.
Awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to hear what you think.
Me neither. This has been great.
Yeah. It's always fun talking about these movies with you.
For sure. It's like we're sharing our passion with the world.
Exactly. And hopefully inspiring others to check them out.
That's the goal.
So to all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Pushpa 2, The Rule yet,
What are you waiting for?
go watch it
Do it.
and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we want to hear your thoughts.
We love hearing from you guys.
Sure.
So hit us up in the comments.
And subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and the YouTube review I saw, she was like, Alu Arjun redefined acting.
Oh, yeah. He was phenomenal.
Wow.
Seriously. Like, he completely embodies the character.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the swagger, he's got the ruthlessness,
Right.
but he also has these moments of vulnerability.
It's interesting how the movie can have these over-the-top action scenes and still deliver these like really nuanced performances.
Yeah, that's what makes Indian cinema so special, right?
You're right. You're right.
It's like this perfect blend of like spectacle and emotion.
Yeah.
And dude, you have to see the Ganga Majatara sequence.
You've mentioned that a couple of times.
I know. Because it's like,
What's so special about it?
it's just mind-blowing. It's like this massive festival scene with music and colors and
Yeah.
just this insane energy.
Okay.
And then Pushpa makes this grand entrance,
All right.
and it will leave you speechless.
So visually spectacular.
Visually spectacular, like one of those stunning scenes I've ever seen in an Indian film.
Wow. Okay, I'm adding it to my list of things to watch for.
You should, seriously.
It's epic. The reviewer mentioned that the director, Sukumar, has a real knack for these large-scale, visually spectacular scenes.
Oh, yeah. He's known for it.
Yeah.
And in Pushpa 2, he just takes it to a whole new level.
I like it.
Like, there are moments that just feel like straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster.
Cool. So it sounds like Pushpa 2 has a lot going for it. Action, emotion, spectacle, great performances. But the reviewer mentioned something about the music being a bit underwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She said it didn't quite live up to the music from the first film.
Okay. So is it bad?
No,
Oh.
not bad.
Right.
Just not as memorable, I guess.
Hmm.
But honestly, I didn't even notice while I was watching it. The visuals are so captivating, and the story is so engaging
Right.
that the music kind of takes a back seat.
Okay. So it's not a bad thing. It's just not...
No,
Mm.
not at all. I think it was a deliberate choice by the director.
Oh, interesting.
Like, he wanted the focus to be on the story and the characters.
You're right.
And the music just complements that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's not trying to be like a big musical number type thing.
Got it.
It's more about enhancing the overall experience.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do. So it's more subtle.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's all about setting the mood and creating atmosphere.
All right. Well, I'm definitely curious to see how it all comes together.
You should be. Dude, it's a wild ride.
I'm ready for it. I'm always up for a movie that pushes boundaries and sparks interesting conversations.
And Pushpa 2 definitely does that.
Good. So what do you think? Should people go see this movie?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, if you're a fan of Indian cinema,
Yeah.
you cannot miss this movie.
All right. I'm sold. I'm adding it to my list right now.
Awesome.
Ah,
Awesome. I can't wait to hear what you think after you see it.
me too. I'm actually really excited now.
Good, good. I'm glad I could convince you.
Yeah, you've been very persuasive.
Uh-huh. It's not hard when you're talking about a movie this good.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we've talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, the over the top, the emotional, the spectacular. Is there anything else we need to discuss before we wrap up our deep dive into Pushpa 2? The rule.
Let me think. You know what? We haven't really talked about the cultural impact of Pushpa.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, this character, he's a criminal,
Yeah.
but he's also like this folk hero.
Interesting.
People love him.
So why do you think that is?
I think it's because he represents this kind of rebellious spirit.
Okay.
Like, he's not afraid to challenge authority,
Uh-huh.
and he's always fighting for what he believes in.
Even if it means breaking the law.
Exactly.
Uh,
And I think that resonates with a lot of people.
Especially in a country like India where there's so much inequality and corruption.
Exactly.
He becomes this symbol of hope.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
he's giving a voice to the voiceless.
That's powerful.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. It makes you think about the blurred lines between hero and villain.
Totally.
Like, is Pushpa really a bad guy?
Right.
Or is he just doing what he has to do to survive?
It's not so black and white.
Exactly. It's a lot more nuanced than that.
And I think that's one of the things that makes this movie so interesting.
Yeah. It's thought-provoking.
It is. Like, it makes you question your own values.
And your own perceptions of right and wrong.
For sure.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
I know, right?
I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
We have. We definitely have.
There's so much more to explore.
But I think we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, agreed.
So for now, let's just say that Pushpa 2, The Rule, is a must-see.
Agreed.
And we highly recommend it.
Definitely.
I know, right? Like, it makes you think about, like, why are we so drawn to these anti-heroes?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's like we want to see them succeed even though we know they're doing bad things.
Exactly. It's like we're rooting for the bad guy.
In a way.
Yeah. But I think it's more than that.
Okay.
I think it's also about, like, the way they're portrayed,
Yeah.
you know? Like, they're often charismatic and charming,
Right.
and they have this, like, swagger and confidence that's really appealing.
Yeah. Like they don't care what other people think.
Exactly. And they're not afraid to break the rules.
Yeah. They make their own rules.
And I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to.
For sure.
Like, we all have that little bit of rebel in us.
Yeah. We want to be like them in a way.
Yeah. But I think it's important to remember
What's that?
that these are still fictional characters.
Right.
And we shouldn't romanticize their actions.
Yeah. Like in real life, crime doesn't pay.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But it's still fun to watch these characters on screen.
It is. It's entertaining.
And I think it's okay to admire certain aspects of their personalities.
As long as we don't condone their illegal activities.
Right, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
we can appreciate their confidence and their determination
Yeah.
without actually wanting to be criminals ourselves.
Exactly. It's all about separating fiction from reality.
For sure.
Well, I think this has been a really interesting discussion. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have. And I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
I hope so.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you haven't seen Pushpa 2, The Rule yet,
What are you waiting for?
go check it out.
It's a wild ride.
It is. And let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah. We love hearing from you guys.
We do. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into Indian cinema.
Yes. We've got a lot more coming your way.
We do. So stay tuned.
And until next time.
Keep watching those amazing movies.
And keep those conversations going.
Bye.
See ya.